Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Renwalls by Sanabas. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. That means in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have numbered room clues outside the grid. What happens here is the clue itself tells you what digit is being placed, and the digit that's placed in the grid next to it, say a 4 here, tells you where to put it. So with this 4 here, we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, and we would place the 2. If this was instead of 3, we'd count 1, 2, 3, and we place the 2 there. Here, we always work from the clue. So if this was 4, we'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, and we place the 2 there. And since this 2 was here, this would also be a 4 because we count 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to that 2. All right. And this 2 would also, this 2 would be a 3. All right. So that's numbered rooms. We also have Renband lines in the grid. So the way Renbands work is the digits on the Renband line form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. So for example, 3, 4, 5 are consecutive. So we could do that in any order we want, but this would be valid because it has 3, 4, 5 on it. 3, 4, 6 is not consecutive, so this doesn't work. Even if they're in order, it still doesn't work because there's a gap between that 4 and 6. There needs to be a complete consecutivity. Anyway, they have to be consecutive. All right. That's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, so there's something I know about 4-cell Renbands, which is that they, you can kind of think about the outies, but the outies that aren't on the Renband have to be only 1, 2, 5, or 6. Now it's actually only 1, 6, 1, 2, or 5, 6. Now why is that? Well, if you think about it, if we start with 1 through 6 on here, how do we get down to 4 digits and remain consecutive? Well, we have to remove extremes one at a time. So we could remove the 1 and then the 2, or we could remove the 1 and then the 6, or we could remove the 6 and then the 5. But those are the only options. So 3 and 4 must be on it. And so that actually affects all of these because it's outies for here and outies for here. All right, and so now what we've done is we've limited this 3 numbered room. So you can never put a 1 next to a numbered room clue unless it's itself a 1. Like if we try to do a 1 here, it's literally telling us on top of that 1 put a 3, and that's not allowed. They conflict, and so that's never a 1. The 3 could be here, or 5. Can't be 6 because that can't be a 3. So this is down to 2 or 5. That means that this is 1 or 6, because you always have to have a 1 or a 6 missing. We're either 1, 2, or 5, 6. Oh no, sorry. Let me take that back. That's not the outies. This is only a 3-cell Renband. I got confused. So this 2, 5 does affect here, though. This has to be 1, 6. Now 1, 6 could go with anything. All right. Sorry about that. So a 2 would force this to be 2. Okay, 2 would make that 1, and then this would be a 3. 5 would put a 3 here. Ooh, okay, that's bad. So if I put a 5 here and a 3 here, I now don't have a 5 or a 3 on this 3-cell Renband, and that just doesn't work. If you think about it, if we're missing the 3 off the Renband, which is kind of how I thought about it, then we must be 4, 5, 6, but we just put a 5 outside of it. So 4, 5, 6 doesn't work. The only digits left are 1, 2, 4, and 6, and we can't make 3 consecutive digits out of that. So that's not going to work. This has to be 2, and that puts a 3 here. Now with the 2 here, this has to be 1 in order for the 2 outies to be the extremes. And that makes this 3, 4, 5 and places the 6 here. Very nice. 1 cannot go with 5. So this is 2 or 6. So 6 would force 2 here, and that's no good. So this is actually a 1. That makes this 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not a 3. All right, there's something here that I want to talk about, which is that we need 1 low and 1 high here because these are identical 2 clues. So what we have box restrictions, right? So let's say this was a 4 and I were to put a 2 here. Now this can't be 4, 5, or 6 because none of these can be 2. So we're always forced to have a 3 is my point, which means this is not a 3. And it means 3 is up here somewhere. Right. Okay, we put a 4, 5 on this numbered room clue, which tells us that there's a 2 in one of these two, And so if you think about it, that makes this a 2 or a 3. But just like ones not being on numbered rooms, the clue itself can't be next to itself. If this was a 2, then that would put another 2 right there, and that's no good. So that means that this can only be 3. And actually, a little secret, the opposing clues always add to 7. So this is a 4, and it's because they share the same 2. And because they share the same 2, this cell gets double counted, but this guy and this guy will have an overlap of 1 cell. We double count this cell, but otherwise we count all 6 cells plus the overlap, and that gets us 7. Okay. That puts a 3 here. This is a 5. So it's not a 5. Okay. So what's next? What can we do? We know this is 2, 3, 5, and this can't be 2, 3. So this is a 5. Oh, wait, this 2 places a 4 here. And then now this must be 3, as we talked about. That's 6, that's 5. Up here, we need the 1 and 4. Okay. Going well so far. This is 2, 4, 6. Now, with a 3, we can't put a 6. But, oh, wait, we can't. We can go 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I can't do that. Well, this is a 2, 4, 6 triple. Basically, where's 5 in the row? 5 goes there. Now that 5 is on it, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, it works. In fact, we always have 5 on here. Okay. What about this guy? Do we know? Oh, we placed this 4. That puts a 6 here. Okay, so that's 2. Making that a 4, 6 pair. Making that 2. That's 3 and 2. So we have to span the gap between 3 and 6. Yeah, this is 4, 5. 5 tells us the order. That's 4, that's 5. Did I miss any numbered rooms? I feel like I haven't been paying enough attention. The 2 goes there because of that one. I think we've completed all the numbered rooms. Yeah, okay, don't have to worry about it. So these 2 are 1 and 6. This 6 tells us the order. That's 1, that's 6. 1 looks down, placing 1 in this box. This is a pair, 3 and 4. That's 3, that's 4. This can't be 4 or 6, so this must be 1. That's 4, that's 6, that's 4, that's 1. That's 5, and that's 6. All right. Nice puzzle, Sanabas. Seems like we utilized some interesting stuff. We used the opposing 2s here, adding to 7. We also utilized the fact that one of these had to be 3. I mean, we needed 1 in each box, basically. That was pretty neat, kind of an entropy thing. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.